Have you applied for spousal sponsorship for your spouse? Are you waiting to reunite with your spouse in Canada while the application is being processed? Welcome back to the channel, guys. In this video, we're going to talk about this amazing new policy under which you can unite with your spouse before the PR application for your outside Canada spouse is processed. And you can stay with your spouse in Canada, as well as your spouse can work in Canada while the PR application outside Canada is being processed. All thanks to this new policy that was released by our immigration minister. The old system was such that if you are applying for spousal sponsorship for your spouse who is outside Canada, you apply for their spousal sponsorship and then you basically wait for a long time while the application is being processed. This could take around 8 to 12 months of processing time. And while the application is being processed, you are separated, you in Canada, your spouse somewhere outside Canada, and your spouse, you're separated from your newlywed spouse for that duration. Now, this is very inconvenient for new couples, for families. As you're trying to build your future together, you have to stay apart for this long. Even though you have the option, or you had the option of applying for visitor visa while you wait for your spouse's application to be processed, but because of strong family ties in Canada, often the visitor visa used to be refused. Now, with this amazing new policy that was announced in May of this year by the immigration minister, they have focused specifically on reuniting spouses from outside Canada with their partners in Canada. And the requirement is that you have a spousal sponsorship application in process. And if you apply for a TRV in a very fast processing, they will give you the decision. And usually they're promising that approval rates are very high for this application. From our personal experience, it only took 10 calendar days, not business days, 10 calendar days for an applicant who had applied for spousal sponsorship for getting their approval for a visitor visa to visit Canada. Now, this amazing policy does not end here. Once your spouse has a visitor visa, they can come and live with you in Canada. On top of that, when in Canada, they can apply for a work permit inside Canada. And upon approval of a work permit, they would be eligible to work in Canada while they wait for permanent residence to be processed. Now, this policy is a godsend and is highly appreciated by everyone who is in the position where they're sponsoring their spouse who is outside Canada. As per the previous system, it was very counterintuitive and it did not make any sense at all, where if you applied for a visitor visa, they would refuse it because you have strong family ties in Canada and you have a PR application or process. Now they have removed all the red tape, all the bureaucracy, and they have finally said, okay, let's do what makes sense. Let us issue visitor visas to spouses who are waiting for their PR to be processed outside Canada. While they're in Canada, let them work, because at the end of the day, sooner or later, they are going to come to Canada as permanent residents. The earlier they come, the earlier they're able to work, the earlier they will be able to establish themselves and start contributing to Canadian economy. So if you are in such a situation, I highly recommend checking this policy out. Here you can see it. And essentially, when you're applying for a visitor visa, you would include link to this policy along with the confirmation of your spousal sponsorship application. That is usually the acknowledgement of receipt that you will apply. Once you submit, in a very short processing time, as I said, application only took 10 days for it to be approved. You will have your spouse a visitor visa to Canada, and then they would be able to join you very soon in Canada. So that's it for today, guys. Please, if you are in such a situation, refer to this policy. In case you have any questions, feel free to contact us. The contact number is here on the screen. And if you found this video useful, informative, please like it, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you are notified for any new videos that we post. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.